Afternoon, everybody. My name is Tina and welcome to Black Rabbit Homestead. So I'm up in our greenhouse Paragon today, and I know many people have wondered about the greenhouse, so I'll give a small tour. Our greenhouse Paragon is made out of recycled materials, so technically it's an earthship. We're using Paragon to grow fresh vegetables year-round. That means things like lettuces, broccolis, pretty much stuff that can handle the colder weather, because it still gets cold in here. I think this winter we cataloged it to be around 40 or so. 40 is good enough to grow a lot of the brassicas and the lettuce, and we didn't have any cold damage with any of those crops. But the things that need heat would suffer a little bit. So I'm just gonna give you a quick tour of the greenhouse. I'm not gonna go in depth about the greenhouse today, but what I am gonna be doing is I'm going to be harvesting some of the vegetables and canning them inside. So this is going to be a process for preparing our beds for our summer vegetables, and this year we're gonna try to grow peppers and tomatoes in here. It gets really hot in here, so we really need to plan smartly. One year we did sweet potatoes and they were amazing in here. Another year we did cucumbers, and there were so many cucumbers they were growing right up the wall. So we'll see how tomatoes and peppers do. So most of these vegetables were grown sometime in September, and then there's things that have been with us for over 2 years. So the kale has been with us for over 2 years, the chard has been with us for over 2 years, that 1,000 head kale has been with us for over 2 years, and we just keep it going. You notice that there's flowers at the very top of that. Those flowers we will harvest and cook up a lot like broccoli. But our greenhouse isn't just for vegetables. We do have flowers. So this is status. This is commonly used as a filler for a lot of bouquets. I like to cut flowers for inside the house, so this is one of the things that I really like. It complements a lot of flowers. These are all garlic in here, all different types, just so we can have a little bit earlier of a garlic harvest. We also have cuttings growing in here. Those are all grapes, different varieties. So whatever does happen to grow, we will plant into our stump wall area along the pig pasture. We also start a lot of things. Seeds, tomatoes, chamomile, all that kind of stuff. And we happen to grow a lot of carrots. We have so many carrots, which is good. But then we also have empty beds, and then we have ones that I haven't picked yet, which have obviously needed to be picked. This is kohlrabi, and it got so hot in here it all bolted. But I can still harvest all the flowers. Again, I can cook them up just like I would a broccoli. And I can harvest the bottoms too, so I still have kohlrabi. We have potatoes in here. This is the second time that we're growing potatoes. The problem with it growing inside is the greenhouse is prone to insects. It's a perfect environment, so they don't really die off. So right now we're having a little aphid outbreak. So I do have to treat things, and diatomaceous earth just wasn't cutting it, so I'm going to move on to neem oil. Now typically I would be ordering ladybugs and green lacewings, but last year we decided to get some help on the farm. And we made a little camp out area for our guests for helping. So this is their area. It's the wolf room. Also under construction. But the wolf room is a very good opportunity for you guys to see how the greenhouse is made. The greenhouse's north wall is entirely made out of styrofoam. This is all styrofoam. There's a better look at what is behind the paint and the stucco. Now we got all this foam for free. It was going to be thrown in the dumpster, and we knew it had great insulative properties, so we were determined to use it. Over the top of the foam is a mixture of mesh to adhere, our compound of stucco mixture, Elmer's glue, and latex paint. This paint is by Pittsburgh Paint Company. I got it from 415, and I think it looks bougie. But this is a greenhouse, so it's supposed to be a fun space. And right now it looks a little chaotic, but that's because I'm not done. So this is the sides that we use for growing things, starting things. We store a lot of stuff on this side. Now currently we feel like the greenhouse is a mess, and it is. There's a whole bunch of feed bags I have to clean up, and it's just some straightening up and tidying that I have to do. But there's other more important things that I have to take care of, and that is harvesting. If I don't harvest, we're going to lose a valuable crop that we've planted and waited for and cared for since September. So follow me along and I'll show you what we're going to do. So this is the bed I'm going to be focusing on first, and this is all winter spinach. It grew up really nicely and we were able to have quite a few harvests from it. But it's done. It's going to get too hot in here, and as you can see, it already has flowers on it. So I need to hand pick all the leaves and store them. And I'm going to be storing them by freezing them. And you can pick them, chop them, and squeeze out the moisture and then put them in freezer bags, and voila, you have your own spinach. So that's what I'm going to do today. I've got baskets for the greens, and then I've got buckets for all the stems. The stems are still going to be used. I'm going to give those to the animals, and they're going to enjoy those as a snack. All the extra iron that the leaf is going to produce is going to make for very healthy eggs for my chickens, so nothing is going to waste. This is a long, painstaking process, but it'll be well worth it. Another way you can preserve these is you can put them in the processor, again, wring out the moisture, and then freeze them. I'm sure you could can it, but then it'd be like a soggy mess. And then any of the leaves that are pale and yellow like this, I'm just going to feed those to the animals because, well, I don't need a leaf that isn't going to have the full nutrients of the spinach. And I know that's dying in the first place, so the animals can enjoy that and get the benefits from it. And let's be honest, there's so much spinach here that I'll be giving a lot of leaves to the animals. Now the process I'm going to do is I'm just going to pluck the whole plant and then hand pluck the leaves. I think this is going to be the quickest way to deal with it. Refill so we can feed these guys too. Beetle! Hello, Beetle! Yes, I love you. I love you. What you doing? did all our spinach, and now it's time to wash it, rinse it, squeeze it, and freeze it. This way we'll have spinach, well, for at least a couple meals.